Good evening. It is me, Phil Thatch, and Heather. Hello. And we're here in Tennessee talking to you folks all over the world. Thank you so much for joining in to our first live stream that involves photo submissions. The first thing I want to get out of the way is a couple of people have messaged me thinking that there may be some sort of animosity between myself and David Sailors, but that could not be farther from the truth. We're still getting along just great. There's no hard feelings at all whatsoever. He just had to change his stream to a night that I can't be involved. So I was enjoying streaming, so I decided to start my own, and here we are. As a matter of fact, David and I and Heather and Teresa and Sierra, his wife and daughter, we hung out just this past Sunday, hanging around, walking on the Walnut Street pedestrian bridge right here in Chattanooga. So there's no problems whatsoever with us. So I got my first COVID haircut. You know, when they started closing down barbershops and that sort of thing here in Tennessee, my hair was already kind of late to be cut. So now, I mean, it was getting just completely out of control. So today I went to Sport Clips, got my hair did, and I had to wear a mask. And the mask, Heather bought me a mask, very sweet of her, but it's just a little bit too small, so it makes my ears poke out. I look like Dumbo in the Disney movie. And when the fella cutting my hair was doing my sideburns, I had my mask on, and he would undo it from my ear and ask me to hold it. Well, he couldn't tell that I had a beard. You know, I keep this little beard all the time, so he's trimming over here to do my sideburn, and he trimmed my beard off. So I got sideburn, blank spot. It wasn't his fault. You know, he couldn't see, but
RD says you should have just let me cut it.
Well, it probably would have looked every bit as good. Because Heather says she likes this haircut. I think it's just okay, but it sure is better than what I had before. You got anything going on that's new and special?
Not really.
Okay. Well, Heather works in the online or virtual education field. So, you know, the whole COVID-19 thing has got her, that's right up her line of, what am I trying to say?
We busy.
Yeah, they busy. She be working all the time and stuff. She be working. But she gets to work from home 5 days a week, which is really nice. Yeah. She used to have to drive from here in the suburb of Chattanooga to downtown Chattanooga, and then walk from her parking place about, 3 blocks?
2 to 3 blocks,
yeah. With people asking her for money and that sort of thing to get to her office. So it's nice that she gets to work at home with our good internet connection. So there's that. Now I want to maybe in these live streams, I want to maybe feature a YouTube channel that I'm fond of. And I'm trying to, you know, a lot of the YouTube channels that I'm fond of, everybody already knows about because they have 50 or 60 or 400,000 subscribers. But I've talked about this particular YouTube channel before, but I want to show you. This guy his name's Adrian Alford, and he is in Australia. This is kind of a glance at some of his recent videos, and you know, if you look at the times on them, they're not very long, but he packs just a ton of entertainment and great photography and great videography into his videos, and you know, just fantastic. You know, and he's only got 1.2 thousand subscribers. He's probably up to 1.3 now because people are starting to figure it out. But I believe Adrian will have 10,000 by the end of the year once people start to figure out how great his channel is. So that is that. That's some good news. And now we will.
Hi, Adrian. By the way.
Oh, Adrian's there. Hey, Adrian. Good morning. Adrian said it was going to be. He said it was going to be
like 7:30.
7:30 in the morning when we went live today. So thanks for watching, Adrian. Oh, that is completely awesome. All right, we're going to transition to this is the mama osprey at the world famous Blythe Ferry Osprey Nest that I've been taking pictures of for years and years, and my buddy Brett Douglas was taking pictures of this osprey nest way back even before that. And there's the mama osprey. I made this video with the Z6 Saturday night of her, and every once in a while, I think there's one chick on the nest. Every once in a while the little chick will pop its head up I think you can kind of almost see it right there. And this nest is really close to humanity. It's where a ferry used to go across the Tennessee River. Now there's a bridge. The Highway 60 bridge is just downstream from it, but a ferry used to go across there, and where the ferry landing was, there's some poles coming up out of the water, and there is this nest on the top of the poles, and has been for years. They come back every year and do their thing. And my buddy Brett Douglas took a picture. Gosh, I don't know. It was in 2014, and it was a picture of the mama osprey on the nest with the chicks, and she had fishing line all over her. And everybody was like, "Oh gosh, I hope she makes it through that." Well, unfortunately, when Heather and I were there Saturday night, there was fishing line on the nest. I didn't see any on her, and my friend Joy, who's probably on this live stream or might be later, she went the next night. She went Sunday night, and another friend of ours, Susan Dameron, went Monday morning, and unfortunately this was the scene. She had gotten tangled up in some fishing line. Sorry, I get a little broke up about this. She had gotten tangled up in some fishing line, and apparently a fisherman attempted to save her, and when he did cut her free from the fishing line, he put her on the there where the ferry landing was, and she passed away. So all of the it's sad for, she's no telling how many osprey chicks that they have raised right there, and so many bird watchers. I met a guy from Philadelphia, which I don't know if you know the geography of the United States, but Philadelphia is a long way to drive to take pictures of birds. But I met a guy from Philadelphia who was there with a 600 f4 and a 1.7 teleconverter taking pictures of that nest. So anyway, that's kind of sad. And let's talk about some good news. I want to thank a couple of viewers. Who have really kind of gone above and beyond trying to help out the channel. And the first one is Randy Boxnick. Randy made just a really generous donation to the channel. And I really appreciate it, because it's hard to keep everything going. And Randy made a generous donation, and then Mike Mitchum, he didn't make a donation, but he actually sold me the Fujifilm X-T3 camera that's doing this video right now, and he sold it to me at a really, really good price. He could have sold it for a lot more to somebody else, and instead he sold it to me in a way that I could afford it. So that is much appreciated. I appreciate the help from those folks. So Heather has been taking pictures lately. She's been using the D7100 and the 18-400, and she's taken, I'm telling you, she's really blossoming. She's gotten some landscape photos with that one lens to rule them all. She got pictures of the osprey at the nest that night that I made that video I just showed you. And what else have you been taking pictures of?
The bird studio on the back
Oh
porch.
yeah. She's taken over my bird studio. It used to be mine, but I work all the time, and she works all the time too. But she gets off at 5, and she's got 3 hours before I get home to play around in what used to be my bird studio, and she's killing it. So there is that. And do you think we should go ahead and, we got 36. I just want to thank everybody. We got 36 photos. That's counting 2 each from us, but we got 36 photos sent in, and I'm really thrilled about that. But before we do, let's see if I'm missing anything in the comments. Is there anything going on in the comments that I need to see about?
Comments about just Mama Osprey and how that was really unfortunate.
Yes, that is absolutely true. Oh, there's Axmar. Hey, Axmar. Cuban Rum sent in a picture. Ron Duran RD Photo sent pictures in. Adrian sent pictures in. Very excited about that. Heather sent in pictures. Bass Angler sent in a picture. There's Mike Mitchum. Hey, Mike. Camera's working.
It's great.
Well, if you can see us, it's working. If not, then it might not be working. Holy crap, there's Bill Fouth. I knew Bill Fouth a million years ago in the Scenic City Miata Club, and he moved to Florida, and wouldn't you know it, we both went from being sports car nuts to being camera nuts. And so he sent in a couple pictures.
Woody just joined. Hey, Woody.
Hey, Woody. Woody Mallory has sent pictures in as well. So without further ado, let's start looking at some pictures. You want to? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Let's see if I can figure out how to make this go. All right. This first image is from Bill Fouth, who was the guy I was just talking about, and who was in the Miata Club and moved to Florida and became a photographer. He's a drone pilot as well. Pretty good one. I think he does real estate photography down there. But this is Anhinga, which is, what do they call those things? Like a turkey snake, I don't know, water turkey. I can't remember, but it looks like it's pierced this bass, and it's a really nice photo.
It's not even fair how good this is.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It says he was using a 200 to 400 f4 at 560, so I'm thinking he must have a teleconverter on there.
Yeah, must or a crop sensor.
Yeah, well, probably a teleconverter. With a crop sensor, it'd still show the.
Oh, would it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't do the math for that.
Okay.
But anyway, that's really awesome. If you guys like it, say something nice in the comments. But that is our first photo submission. I'm not sure if that one was done this year, but whenever it was done, it was super awesome. And let's see, before I bring up the next photo, I need to pull up a email from Richard Young. Because Richard Young, he first he said, you know, maybe a lot of my channel is wildlife and flowers, so he was thinking maybe the viewers here might not like his photos, but I think they're fantastic. So I begged him, please send some, and he sent me 4 and wanted me to whittle them down. Well, I'm not going to do that. We're going to just see all 4 of them, and I think this one is number 3. This is an aircraft hangar and windsock. This is in, do you know how to pronounce that?
Bad Dürkheim.
Thank you, Germany. He made this with Heather's camera of choice, a Nikon D7100 and a 10 to 24, which is an ultra-wide DX lens.
I like the color in it.
Yeah, well, he says he desaturated it, and it makes it, and it does, you know, it adds something to it. I think if it was really saturated, it might not be quite as cool.
Yeah.
So that is awesome. And this one, this is his number 2. This is, he calls it 3 chairs, Mannheim, Germany. This was with a D850 and the 14 millimeter, the 14 to 24 f2.8, which is a lens I know well. He was at f5.6. And how did you describe this, Heather? You had an interesting description.
Okay, so this looks to me like if you were to drop Ansel Adams in the middle of a city with no landscape opportunity. It's just super high contrasty, and the black and white, it just really reminds me of Ansel's stuff.
Very cool. All right, let's see what's next. That one was awesome. Now this is by Joey Wilkerson. Joey was watching the live stream. This he actually sent in 2 photos for the recent thing, but this photo is from last year. He was watching David Saylor's live stream where I talked about how I like to do waterfalls at a ½ second or 1 second, and usually I don't like to go longer than 1 second. And he said, "Well, this picture's pretty cool, and the exposure's 3 seconds," and he's exactly right. You know, just because I don't like to go more than a second on a waterfall exposure doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means that's my personal taste. But and specifically on this waterfall, it's absolutely fantastic. Now this area right here behind this tree that you almost can't see might have lost a tiny bit of detail, but I think this flat area right here would not be as pretty without the 3 second exposure. So kudos to you, Joey, for putting me in my place. You're exactly right. It doesn't have to be 1 second or less to look good, because this looks absolutely fantastic. Good job. What do you think about it, Heather?
I think it's gorgeous. I really like, you can see almost the reflection of this waterfall down in this pool here. I like that a lot.
You know, it's my least favorite thing about waterfall photography is the white light in the top. and there's some unavoidable sky in this shot, but he did a great job of keeping that to an absolute minimum. Just a really great photo. Oh, there's Richard. Hey, Richard. Okay, what is next? I believe the next one, and these are, I think Lightroom imports these and puts them in the order that they were taken. Mm-hmm. So the photos should continue to get newer as we go along. And this one is by the amazing Ron Durant. Holy crap. I don't know if this is sunrise or sunset, but it is fantastic. Look at the sun star of the sun coming over the mountain. This has got to be somewhere, I would think, oh, well, Welch's Point, White County, Tennessee. Absolutely beautiful. Look at the clouds, all the detail in the clouds and the mountains, and it's just really, really cool. Very, very nice. I'd like to go there sometime. I wonder how far Ron had to hike to get to that part. I bet he didn't just pull up in the car and park on the side of the road and walk 20 feet to make this shot. I bet there was a pretty good bit of
Ron says
hiking
this is sunset.
involved. Oh, sunset. Okay, cool.
It's hanging in his living room.
Awesome.
I can see why.
Yeah. It's really, really something. Got the little pine tree action going on right here. Look at the color of the golden light on the rocks here, or the cliff face, whatever you want to call that. And there's a little bit of Smoky Mountain, even though this isn't the Smoky Mountains. There's a little bit of water vapor in the air here to add detail.
Just like this was with a 12 to 24. They were asking what lens.
Ron he shoots APS-C, I believe, exclusively. I could be wrong. I think his current favorite camera is a D500. So that is 12 to 24 would definitely be an APS-C lens, I would think. F11 ISO 100 and 1/100th of a second. All right, let's move along. I think this next one, this is the other photo from Bill, and I had to send Bill messages to ask him how in the world he made this shot. I thought, well, because sometimes you'll see a lighthouse and you'll catch the light rays coming out from the lighthouse, and it's really amazing. But I thought, you know what, Bill is an expert drone pilot, so I bet you he flew a drone. And he replied back that yes, he flew his probably a Phantom 4 Pro. I'm not sure exactly what drone he flew, but he attached a Lume Cube, which is an LED light with a built-in battery, to it, and flew that thing in a circle while doing a long exposure shot. And if you look here, a long exposure shot would usually, the water would be completely smooth, and the water is completely smooth, but the reflection of the light shows the ripples that were in the water as the drone flew by. So it's kind of long exposure, but it has some parts of it that would remind you of a quick shot. Anyway, really beautiful. And how much work did it take to do long exposure and fly a perfect circle? I don't know I wonder if he used
point of interest mode.
Yeah,
maybe?
probably point of interest mode. But even with that,
yeah,
even using a programmable flight mode, just super awesome. Bill Fouth, ladies and gentlemen, Mexico Beach, Florida. All right, let's see. Right next up, we got Bocephus mode, a little bass angler. This is a beautiful cardinal shot. It's fun to take a picture of a bird right when it takes off, and I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here. It's really pretty. A friend of mine, which I've mentioned before in this live stream, Brett Douglas, took a picture of he was at the military graveyard place in Chattanooga, and he took a picture of a robin that was taking off, and it looked like it was falling off of this gravestone, and it was like it was jumping to its death or something. But anyway, really cool picture, really pretty, and it's nice to see, because I was under the impression that Bass Angler only made photographs of large birds of prey. It's nice to see him making a pretty photo of a pretty songbird. Very cool. Let's see what's next.
We got David Sailors.
David. See? There's no hard feelings between us. David even sent in pictures to the live stream. Now David was having trouble figuring out which picture to send, which one to call his favorite. And let me see if I can find the. But he has this printed in his house, and it's the desktop wallpaper on his work computer. So that was pretty telling. And he says this is, where did he say this was? This is Mount Jefferson in Oregon. So that is very, very cool and very pretty. It's cool in more ways than one. It's kind of got a cool a white balance to it, and I like that. I think that's fitting for this photo. It's kind of artistically cool.
Yeah, it's very, very cool.
Am I missing anything in the comments?
So we just had, how can I share my picture? So I shared your email address and said that we would be doing this in a couple weeks again.
Yes, yes. Wow, lots of comments. Almost too many for me to read. Almost too many for me to read. You gotta let me know if there's anything that anybody specifically asked me a question. Bill says yes in POI mode Mavic 2 Pro. Okay, I thought he was. So that is pretty recent. That is pretty recent because he used to be a Phantom 4 pilot back in the day. Many of them. Very cool. All right, now we're going back down under now for this next shot. Oh, no, I'm mistaken. I lost my spot. Thank you, Heather, for keeping me on my toes. Okay, so this is Woody Mallory, and Woody thought the colors of this lemonade stand were pretty, and so do I. It's kind of, what do you call this, Americana?
Yeah, it's very Americana.
I would rather it have Lucy offering psychiatric help for a nickel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
little Peanuts action.
Yeah.
But thank you, Woody. And I like Woody's, look at Woody's watermark.
His watermark is very, very cool.
That's cool. Almost looks like he actually scribbled out his name.
I like this, the color of the lemonade stand and how that contrasts back against these more muted colors.
Yeah, everything's pretty bland in the shot, and then you've got
Yeah.
this bam lemonade stand. It's definitely the star of the show.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, don't let me skip any because this next one is mine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so people that watch my channel have probably seen this photograph before. This is Greeter Falls, and I made it with the Z50 and its tiny little kit lens, the 16 to 50 kit lens, which is the equivalent of 24 to 75. It's an f3.5 to 6.3 lens, and I made this at f4 half a second, and I held my I can't remember if I don't think it was a polarizer I was holding in front of. I think it was a neutral density filter.
Yeah, I think it was your ND.
Yeah, because I didn't have a step-up ring at the time, but
I think it was actually in the mail.
yeah. This is definitely my favorite photo of the year by far, and it's the only photo that I've made this year that I thought, gosh, maybe I should print that. And back to how long on a waterfall, this is 1/2 a second. So that's my thing. It would probably look awesome at 3 seconds or however many. Maybe different waterfalls need different shutter speeds. So there's that. I think we're going back to
We're going back to
Richard
Richard.
Young. Yeah. All right. Bye, Phil's picture. This is so
this.
awesome.
I love this.
Okay, so this one is number 4. Let me read about number 4. He calls this a guard dog. This is a guard dog in Mannheim, Germany. And this was made with a very, very serious piece of camera equipment. It's the iPhone 8 that made this shot. And you know what? If you don't need a lot of bokeh or whatever, you don't have to have a fantastic camera. You just have to have a fantastic eye, and Richard's got it. So this is really cool.
He says, during lockdown here in Germany, restaurants were allowed to offer takeaway meals. Here's one restaurant that had a lovely dog guarding the collection hatch.
I see.
That's awesome.
That's a cool. Very cool. Look at the. I wonder how old those. I guess that's stained glass.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's really cool.
RD says you should put your waterfall on a metallic sort of print or
Maybe.
metal coated paper.
Maybe so. I mean that's one that I'm actually considering printing. Printing's not usually my thing, but I don't know. That one seems to have lasting value. All right, that is very cool, Richard Young. And now we're going back down under. And this is Ian. This is Ian Hogan. And
Oh, Joy's here.
Hey, Joy. Let me see if I can find Ian's message so I can read about these, because I thought it was interesting what he said. If you see Ian over here, honey, just call out.
Okay.
There he is.
There he is.
All right, so Ian sent a couple of pictures, and he says, we in Australia have been on lockdown since mid-March, so no outdoor photography for me until next weekend. In desperation for something to do, I purchased some Mother's Day floral arrangements from the supermarket a few weeks ago. These are 2 images I made from them. So this is his favorite. These are, pronounce that for me, honey.
They're white dahlias.
Thank you. That's Ian's favorite, and the other one that he sent is yellow red ones is my favorite. So more to come from Ian.
This is very pretty.
And I'm going to get my email ready for the next person while we keep looking at that one. Pretty sure the next one is Joey.
Oh.
Not Joey.
Joey.
There
Joey.
we go.
Yeah, he's right there.
All right. Okay, so we already looked at Joey's waterfall pic where he said, "Hey man, there's nothing wrong with longer than 1 second," and he's exactly right. But this next picture is this reminds me so much of the house that I grew up in, because we had a gas light like that out by our mailbox at the house I grew up in, and the address was 533, and does that say 545?
I think it's 545.
Yeah, so it could be my neighbor's house, two or three houses down the road. I guess it's a rose bush and lots of pretty colors, and I do like the old gas light.
Yeah.
And let's see, let's take a look at the next one from Joey. Let's see what that was shot with. This doesn't tell us what camera. It's 35 millimeters with a 17 to 55 2.8. So that's probably a DX or APS-C lens, like the 24 to 70 type of lens for a DX camera. Shot at f4, 1/320th. And next up, from this one's Joey as well. This is an iris. Same lens, 35 millimeters again, f4 again, and 1/400th. Beautiful color in this.
Purple's my favorite color.
You know, there were some people in our neighborhood who had a bunch of iris that they were thinning out a bed of them. You remember that? They post. There's like a Facebook group for our neighborhood, and they put them out by the road. And
Joey says it's with the D500.
Ah, very cool indeed. So we went to. I came home from work and I drove over to that house to try to get some free iris, but they had already been snagged up. All right, now this next photo is mine, and it's another iPhone photo. I made this one for the David Saylor's photo challenge, where he said take a compelling picture with an iPhone or with a cell phone, and it ends up being my favorite picture so far this month. This is my favorite from May. This was early May, so I think it was the 3rd. But I've got a video coming up that features this photo, and it has the most clickbaity name in the history of videos. It says iPhone beats Nikon Z6 and Nikon Z50. So anyway, that's coming, and I apologize about the clickbait in advance. All right, what's next? I think it's another one of yes, this is another one of Richard's. Let me see if I can get back to his email message so I can read about this.
He should be toward the top.
Yeah, you're right. All right, so that is number 1 on Richard's.
It should be this toppy now. There you go.
No.
Oh, no, maybe not.
Ah, I was
There we go.
was in the wrong thread. Okay, image number 1. Tree with architectural background. Can you pronounce that?
I'm not even going to butcher it. I
It's
only took German too.
Yeah, I wonder if they make drums in this city, because the beginning of it is Ludwig, Ludwig is a drum manufacturer. Ludwigshafen.
Often am Rhein.
Yeah, he made it with a D850 and the 24 to 70 f2.8. I wonder if that's the VR version or the G version that I have. He says he likes this image because it shows some beautiful architecture, but with a wall in front of it, and it is unclear what the purpose of the wall is. Yeah, it's very cool. Very cool. I wonder how, it's another one of those, I wonder how old that building is
Yeah.
things.
It's definitely got newer windows,
Very
but
cool.
that structure is old.
Is this giving you the Ansel Adams
It
vibe?
is.
I think one of these, I've already got the decision made for what the photo challenge is for the next one. But I think maybe one day I may do a black and white challenge, but not right now because I've already got an idea. Anybody saying anything cool?
We have
Joey
a
and
couple
Bill said
more-
nice stuff.
Yeah, we have a couple more images that might have been emailed to you, so we can look at those at the end.
Okay. Ah, yes.
We
Ye-
do.
Okay. Yeah, we'll don't let me forget, and
Okay.
we'll pull those up at the end.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. What is next?
Oh, I love this.
This is Woody Mallory's other photo. We've seen this one on a David Saylor's live stream. This is really pretty, and he made this. You know, usually, if I take a picture of a rabbit, I'm probably using 400 or 500 millimeters at
He's
least.
at 200.
He made this with a 70 to 200 f2.8 at f5, ISO 640 and 1/1600th of a second.
Look
Beautiful,
at that eye.
beautiful rabbit, and I like the background, and yeah, pretty coat on it. It looks different than our rabbits around here, don't you think?
Yeah, our yard bunnies are more gray. I wonder if that has anything to do with their environment and camouflage.
I
You
would
know what I
say
mean?
I would say probably so.
Survival of the fittest.
Oh, I made it big. Okay, let's see.
Oh no, Joy, we haven't got to your photos yet.
They're coming. All right, this is Axmar. He goes by Axmar, and this, you know, when I first glanced at it, I thought because it's silhouette, you can't really, you know, it's a heron or an egret, but you can't tell what. But so I just assumed it was a great blue heron. But this is a tricolored heron, he said. Really pretty, and you know, I like the what's the word? The simplistic nature of it. You know, it's just the silhouette, and it's not too complicated, but it's very engaging.
Yeah. Monochromatic.
Yeah,
It's very cool.
it is cool. We of course we don't get tricolored heron up here in Tennessee, but
I wish.
when we were in Florida a couple years ago, we went to Vieira Wetlands, and we went in the middle of July, which apparently is not the best time, but we went, and the birds we saw more of than anything else was tricolored herons. We saw juveniles and adults, and the colors are.
What is that? St. Andrews? We also saw them at St. Andrews State Park. I
Yeah,
think.
not as many.
No.
Yeah, that
definitely
was
not
the
as
official
many.
bird of Vieira Wetlands. It seemed
Yeah.
like on the time of year that we were there.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got coming up next. This is Tim Cotter, and he makes. Tim is much like this live stream. Tim shoots with a Fujifilm X-T3.
Oh, Woody. Woody says he was about 20 feet away from that rabbit.
Laying on the
laying
ground.
And the light, he says, brought out the fur color. They typically look gray. Okay.
Okay, that's cool. Good to know. Okay, so this is Tim's cattle egret picture. You know, one time I got a picture of several cattle egret right here in Chattanooga near the boat ramp over at the river park, and people were saying that you didn't make that here, you made that in Florida. But strangely, there were some here. But anyway, this, no telling where this is, probably Florida. But look, it's got a frog. This cattle egret is flying along with a frog. Really cool shot.
It's so cool.
Made with the made at 400 millimeters with the 100 to 400 Fuji lens, 1/1600th of a second, and ISO 800. Very cool. Richard used the 24 to 70 with the VR.
Non-VR.
Oh, non-VR. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. And
Yeah.
that's the lens I have. I love that old lens. Do love that old lens. Okay, let's see. I think this
This
is the other flower photo from Ian. Now, he said he preferred the first one, but I like this one. You know, this one. I don't know. I mean, I like both of them. Don't get me wrong, but I like this one.
Yeah.
Heather was saying she likes this.
Like the shape of the petals, it really brings out. I never really paid attention to the shape of those dahlia petals before, but they're so rounded and I don't know, it's cool.
Yeah, they're really cool. You know, and I was thinking if I had made this photo, I probably would have put my focus point right here.
And the
then
front flower.
yeah, and then I would have missed this beautiful part that's got Heather all fired up. And this part right here as well. So I kind of like the, what would you call that, third of the way back approach, and I may need to try that in the future. That's really cool. Good job, Ian from Down Under. All right. I think
Next
now
we
we've
have-
already seen one of Ron Durant's, right?
We have, yes.
Okay, so here comes the other one,
And
and it's very awesome. A Shasta daisy. I love the backgrounds that he's made. Really cool. And you know, even if there wasn't one, this photograph is fantastic. Now I wonder if this is the same as the wild daisy that I took a picture of over on the equestrian trail a while back.
Might have been.
I don't know if that's a wild daisy or not, but it's
Typically you'll buy a Shasta.
Oh, okay, I got you. Well, it's absolutely beautiful. That much I can tell you. And let's see. This is with the 105 f2.8 macro lens, which is a great little lens. I've got one of those. He shot this at f16, which is, you know, that seems like it's pretty stopped down, but that's about right for the macro lens. ISO 100, 1/200th of a second.
Look at that bokeh.
It's very nice. It's bokeh.
Bokeh-licious.
Yeah, f16 bokeh. Welcome to macro photography.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, I can't see, so I'm just going to right arrow and maybe it'll go to the next shot.
Yeah.
Whoa, Heather Boyd. Heather Brianne Boyd from the back porch of the domicile we're currently in with the one lens to rule them all, the Tamron 18 to 400. She made this at 400 millimeters and 1/250th of a second, so she was below the focal length on shutter speed, so the VR, which is actually called VC on a Tamron lens, must be pretty good. f6.3, ISO 1000 on my old D7100. Chipping sparrows are smaller than other sparrows. I used to just think that, but now that I've seen them standing on our back porch right beside a song sparrow, it's a fact. And they're smaller,
tiny.
and I just think they're so beautiful with the bright orangish chestnutish, I don't know how to say that, the beautiful color on the top of their head.
Yes, I love our backyard studio, Ron.
Gotta have a bird studio. The neighbors think we're weird with sticks attached to the hand railing of the back porch, but we don't care, not even a little bit. So now, is that your favorite or is that your most recent?
That is my most recent. My favorite of my most recent.
Okay. So the other one is your more favorite? Have we seen it yet?
We haven't seen it yet. No, I wouldn't say that it's more favorite, but
yeah. Okay. So that's your favorite bird photo then?
oh yeah, hands down.
Okay.
I love the chippers.
Oh, chipply whipply. All right, now let's see here. I gotta get something queued up over here.
We still got photos to go through.
I know.
Honey.
I'm just getting something queued up.
Oh, okay.
All right, so this is Adrian Alford, and while I am pulling up the description of this, I will tell you that you can see exactly how he made this photo in this video right here.
Yeah, that
Shows exactly how he made it in that video, and now
that
I'm going
first
to
one there.
now I'm going to get his description. I think I'm going to get his description. He sent his in pretty early, so they're pretty far down. Okay, so this one is his most favorite recent one. His favorite one is a different one. He says he's never photographed these guys before. This was the first opportunity, so I was very excited to get the shot. It's a pic of a
striated pardalot. It's the least colorful and most common of the 4 pardalot species. Pickwick Wichachu and Chip Chip are common names.
I like Chip Chip.
Chip Chip is awesome.
That I can pronounce.
We can pronounce that. Small short-tailed bird that is more often heard than seen. And that sounds like a prairie warbler to me. Noisy. And likes to stay in treetops. It's very cute.
He made it with the 850, the Nikon D850, and the 80 to 400 f5.6, ISO 560, and 1/2000th of a second. And like I say, if you watch this video right here, which
What's it called?
it's Nikon D850, the best time to photograph birds. There's tons of great bird photography in it, and this is just one of them.
Yeah. Very, very cute birdie.
Okay, let's see what is next. Ooh.
Oh, David again.
This is David Saylor's. This is his favorite recent one. Now, the first time David ever went to Middle Creek Falls, I took him when we did our first collaboration together, and he's gone there just recently. It looks like he used his Z6 on this with the kit lens, the 24 to 70 f4 at 34.5, a half a second. You know, that's a good shutter speed for a waterfall. f16 and ISO 160. Really nice shot, David. I think David's probably already having to tend to what's causing him to not be able to do his live streams on Thursday nights, but really appreciate him sending this picture in, and it's a nice one. That's a great little waterfall. I need to go back there sometime soon. Okay, what is next? Oops, I did it again. Okay, this is George Nagata, and this is a really interesting photo. I made a photo similar to this years ago with, I used to have a Sigma 150 to 500, and if you got the sun right behind clouds, the sunlight going through the clouds will make some crazy colors, and that's what George has done here. Look at the shutter speed, 1/5000, so it's not overexposed, and he made this with the 18 to 55. I think that's the APS-C, like a kit lens for a Nikon APS-C camera. I've never owned one, but I've heard that those are really, really great lenses. Neat picture. Really interesting colors and
I like the texture too.
Yeah. And it almost because you have to use such a high shutter speed to not overexpose it. It almost looks like it was made at night, but it was definitely made in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Really cool. All right, let's see what's next. This is Cuban Rum's.
It's his favorite from May. That's awesome.
So that's fine. He sent his in pretty recently, so it should be up near the top. He says, here are my two photos for this Thursday's live stream. The first photo is one of my favorites. Okay, they're out of order. So the bird pic. Oh, no, wait a minute. The second photo is my favorite of the month. It's a rusted car in the middle of the Everglades on Loop Road, about 40 miles west of Miami. And both of these are Z7 pictures. All right, Z7. And this one was at ISO 64 with the Z-mount ultra wide, the 14 to 30 f4 at 15.5, f5.6, and 1/30th of a second.
Hey, do you know what the ISO was on the cloud photo of George's?
I can probably go back and see it. Some of the photos, like this one right here, does not have the EXIF data in the photo, but I did get it in the email. But I think George's photo.
Yeah, ISO 200, Joy.
200 f14 1/5000th. That's what happens when you look straight at the sun.
Yeah.
You can use low ISO with a crazy small aperture and a crazy high shutter speed. All right, so you know what? What I like about this is the color of the rust is pretty. A lot of times I don't find that to be.
The blue, is that on? Is that
yeah, that's where there was like an emblem on the front of the truck here, and this is like what's the tow truck?
Oh, Tow Mater.
It's Tow Mater, because he used to be blue back in the day.
Yeah,
you can still see some of the blue here and here. Tow Mater was blue before he became primer or rust. Very nice. All right, so this is Cuban Rum's other shot Now we've made a photograph in Florida a couple times of common gallinule, but this is a purple gallinule, which is notably more attractive than the common
Yes.
gallinule. He made this in Delray Beach, Florida. He says it's an amazing place for birding, and if you're ever in South Florida, I would be happy to take you there. Well, I would be happy to take you up on it if we ever get down that way, because
Yeah.
that looks
Purple,
like.
it's a purple gallinule.
Is that not what I said?
Well, it might have been.
Oh.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, sorry. And he made this with the Z7, and he must have used the FTZ adapter because he was using the 200 to 500 f5.6 at f5.6. 1/3200th of a second ISO 800. What you got?
If you want to find the common gallinule, the best way that I've found to get this bird near you is to open the Merlin app on your phone, find the common gallinule, and play the sound. I had a family.
Yeah, she was drawing them in.
I had a family of gallinules chasing me.
It was awesome.
It was
That was
great.
when we were at the Venice Rookery
Yes.
in on the Gulf Coast of Florida. All right, gallinule picture is awesome. Thank you for the submission, Cuban rum. Heather Boyd, world famous Instagram photo. This is African.
These are African daisies.
An African daisy. We bought some purple African daisies, which was one of my shots with an iPhone, and we also bought some white ones. And this is one of Heather's shots. She made this with her iPhone, and she put the. She's got
I have
one.
a macro lens that fits iPhone.
Yeah, this is before she started doing photography. Moved back to using a real camera, but anyway, really cool iPhone photo. Look at the detail. Very nice.
I think
Good
I
job.
took this.
High five.
I think I took this the day we bought those.
Yeah. Really cool.
Oh, we got some new. Hi, Scott. And hey, Mel.
Hello.
Thanks, Adrian.
Oh, Mel got a Z50. Awesome. You're going to love it.
Yeah.
Great little
I
camera.
love that camera.
All right. Let's see. Are we ready for the next one?
Think so.
Okay. Okay, so this is Tim Cotter again. I don't know the settings on this one, but look at the osprey flying along with a fish. And I'm sure he made this with the XT3 and the 100 to 400 because that's what he does his wildlife with. Really pretty. And you know, if you're doing birds in flight and there's something in the background like this that has texture to it, that can easily steal your focus, and you'll miss focus on the bird and you'll end up focusing back here. So the fact that he's got this rock solid in focus is impressive to me. And he's got I've studied Arthur Morris, the Birds as Art guy. I mean, I haven't gone to any of his classes or anything, but he's got plenty of videos, and he anyway, to get perfect sun angle on the bird, you want the sun at your back. And so he's got perfect sun angle on this shot, and it's really beautiful. It does make me a little sad seeing an osprey because it makes me think about Mama Osprey. She's awesome. Great picture, Tim. Good job. Bass Angler says that's my world. Bass Angler is a wildlife photographer and a Van Halen fan.
Yeah, he mentioned your shirt.
Oh, did he? Cool.
Yeah.
This is although it's the cover of, you know, it looks very 1978. I got this on the 2008 tour, and I've gotten fat enough again to where it fits. All right, so here's it. So this is
awesome.
Denise Ilapalapalapalo.
Denise Ippolito.
Wow, how do you pronounce things so good? She calls this wing position orchestra conductor. I've never gotten one with anything other than a black vulture. I got an orchestra conductor shot one time, but this is an osprey. He must have it's got the.
It's got its nectating membranes down.
Is it nectating? I thought it was nictate. Anyway, it's got
those down.
Yeah, it's protecting its eyes. It's just lifting off after catching this fish.
Looks like a sunfish.
Yeah, and look at in the places where there's not ripples, you can see the reflection. So he must have been down nice and low. And look at all the water particles in the sky. Really cool Fuji X-T3 with the 100 to 400 lens.
That's awesome.
And you can put a teleconverter on that lens too. I don't know if Tim shoots with a teleconverter, but they definitely make teleconverters for it.
Yeah, this was Tim's.
Yeah, Tim did 3. He did the this one and the previous shot and the earlier in the live stream the cattle egret.
Yeah, with the frog.
With the frog in its mouth was Tim's.
That's awesome.
Very cool. All right, here is my old buddy Ray Soldano. Now Ray is he is a sports and live music photographer, so he is really hurting right now because there's no sports and live music to be making pictures of. But this is we live in Chattanooga, and this softball player is UTC, the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. He made this shot, and old broken bat, really cool, really cool shot. Ray Soldano, ladies and gentlemen. He has a I've mentioned this a number of times, but he has the Sigma 120 to 300 f2.8 continuous zoom lens that he uses on his D850. It's probably what he made this with. I don't have EXIF data on this photo, but all you need to know is it's awesome. So good job, Raymond. What's next? Oh, this is Ray's other shot. The Road to Nightfall. We have a concert series in Chattanooga called Nightfall, and it happens every Friday night during the summer, or at least it used to. And there's a battle of the bands called Road to Nightfall, where bands come and compete, and the winner of this 5-night concert series gets a headlining slot at the Nightfall concert series. So it's really cool, and I used to photograph it, but gosh, it's hard to do 6 bands a night for 3 bands while you're working 11 hours a day at your regular job. So I kind of stopped doing it. Ray's still doing it, and this is I don't know who this artist is. Most of them that do the Road to Nightfall thing are relatively new.
Yeah.
But just a beautiful shot of this girl singing at this was probably taken at the Grand Falloon at 400 East Main Street, where the preliminary rounds usually take place. 2 great ones, Ray. Thanks for submitting them.
Oh, we got Joy next.
Here comes Joy.
The Holy Grail.
Yeah, the what I don't call it the. Do I call it?
You call it the Holy Grail.
Okay, I thought I had another word for it, but my tiny brain's not bringing it up.
It is the.
Yeah, that's the to me a pileated woodpecker is a more valuable shot than a bald eagle. That's the largest woodpecker in North America, and really cool. I guess this is a male. I think the males have red.
Yeah, they do.
Right here on this stripe, so that's a male, and you can hear them. And the sound that they make, their call sounds like a monkey. You think you're in some sort of jungle in South America or something.
Oh, I'm gonna find this call because I love it.
Okay, cool. Bring that up. But anyway, they're really large, and they're some lucky people in this country have them actually come to their house and eat on their bird feeder, but that's never been the case for me. Okay, Heather's going to make the call. You better do that one more time.
Yeah.
To me, it sounds more like a monkey than a bird.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but it's really, really cool. Really cool. Great shot, Joy.
Yeah,
Great
beautiful,
shot.
Joy.
Okay, let's see what's next.
It is the summer.
Scarlet. Summer?
Nope, summer tanager.
I've never gotten a tanager picture, so I don't know, but I think Heather's right. This is probably a summer.
Yeah.
The scarlet tanagers
They
have
black.
more black on them. They're like a backwards red-winged blackbird. Really beautiful. I've never even seen one, and Joy has not only seen one, but nailed a really nice, well-composed photo. Very cool. I don't have any EXIF data from Joy, but she uses a Tamron
150 to 600.
150 to 600, and she used to use a D7500 as her main bird camera. She's upgraded to a D500 now. I'm not sure if these were made with the 7500 or the 500, but one of the two. Very cool. Thanks for sending them in, Joy. Very awesome. All right, what's next?
Next, I think this is Adrian's
I'm not sure if. Oh yeah, we are still on the screen. I was thinking I had messed something up. Okay, so you're thinking Adrian's is next?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get set up
Joy said she shot that with the 750.
while we can continue to enjoy Joy's shot real quick. Okay, so this one is Adrian Alford of Australia's other shot. This is his favorite so far this year. Man, what a beautiful picture. And he made this one. This is his first pick of a sunrise after the COVID-19 restrictions were eased, allowing him to travel. He could only go 50 kilometers from his home in Australia. He took this at Beachmere in Queensland, Australia. And he was blessed to get such an amazing sunrise to photograph. Did you visit there when you went?
I don't think I went to Beachmere.
Okay. Heather went to Australia when she was in college, when she was getting her bachelor's degree. Blessed to get such an amazing sunrise to photograph, but did do a little research before I took the shot. Firstly, I checked the tide. Checked that the tide was at its lowest. Secondly, he used an application to check what the cloud was doing in the morning, which all signs were good. And he says, I believe the better you plan a landscape shot, the better result you can get. And man, what a great result. And let me just show you one more time right here.
Another plug.
Right here, this video right here.
The second one?
The next
sunrise?
to new one is it shows exactly how he made this photo. So check out Adrian's channel because it's completely awesome. Okay, thanks Adrian. I really appreciate you sending some pictures in. And thanks to everybody. Anybody that I didn't say thank you to you too. All right, this one just came in about 10 minutes before the live stream went live. This is Patricia Blyler, and I believe that is a great egret.
Is that breeding plumage?
They get a little green right here when they're in breeding plumage, and so I don't know if that one's fully in breeding plumage or not, but anyway, what a beautiful bird. They're every bit as big as a great blue heron, or nearly as big. And we get them here in our area, but just a few. We get lots and lots and lots and lots of great blue heron. Very few of these. I think when you go down to Florida, you see more of these and less great blue heron. But they're really beautiful, and this is a really nice shot. I guess it looks like it was taking off. So
you can see the water dripping from it.
Yeah. So thank you for sending this in, Patricia.
Okay, and you want to import those two photos we just got?
I don't know if I'm going to import them.
But we'll show them.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to put us on the screen while I figure out how to get this going.
She said, wow, you got my name right. I told you.
Yeah, well, that's only because of Heather. She is good with the words.
Now, we saw one of these great egrets actually a few days ago out in the islands, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah, like I say, you do see them here, just not that many. Heather, you got any insights on how to pronounce this next one?
Well, I can't see it immediately.
It's right here.
Kifayet?
Oh, these are cool.
Yeah, these are. Thank you for sending these.
Sorry, it's taking me just a minute to get these going. But we are going to see two more pictures in just a minute. If I can get my ducks in a row here. All right. Left monitor, transition, boom, there we go.
There we are.
So this looks like it was taken at night,
or maybe blue hour near sunset.
Yeah, sunset, because we definitely got a long exposure. There's some nice bokeh-fied lights on this path, and these youngsters are moving just a little, but it's really pretty. I like the I like the long exposure night photography.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like the palms here in the
Oh yeah,
background
I
too.
wonder. Does she say what part of the world she lives in?
I don't think so.
Well, wherever it is, we
It's
appreciate.
very pretty.
I'm not sure if that's a man's name or a woman's name, but either way,
Either way, it's a beautiful photo.
really nice, and thanks for sending it. Let's look at the next one. This is another that sort of a style of thing. Kind of, it looks like in a very similar area, maybe even made on the same night. Ooh, I just got really close to the mic. I hope I didn't blow y'all out. Let me close your computer just a little bit so I can see that better.
Yeah, look at those lights.
Yeah,
That's cool.
that is cool. I think I might like the first one better, but I like both of them.
Yeah.
So thank you.
And I like the perspective on this one, how you can see.
Yeah, you got some leading lines going on with all
Yeah.
these trees. Beautiful trees too.
Hmm.
I couldn't tell you what kind they are, but they're cool.
All right, that is all 38 then photos.
Yeah, 38 now
38
with
photos.
with the two, or yeah, 38.
Yeah, 38.
Very cool. Thank you everybody for sending those in. All right, so I wonder what we're going to do. A couple of changes to the live stream. First, we're going to, instead of starting at 5:30, we're going to start at 6 because oh look, the camera's got 3 batteries in it, and the first one is completely dead, and the second one is halfway dead, but the third one is still going strong. And we're at I said we'd do about an hour, and we're at an hour and a minute, so we are winding down. Sorry to keep you folks so long, but let's talk about a couple of changes, and then we'll talk about what the next challenge is. First, we think we're going to do the live streams every other week instead of every week, and we might do them on the opposite week of David Saylor's. So like this coming Tuesday, David has a live stream.
So those photos are from Qatar.
Oh, awesome.
Very cool.
Awesome. Thank you, Heather.
And, we just had someone join from Pakistan as well.
Very cool. World Wide Web. David Saylor's, who live stream I used to be on until a scheduling change, his live stream is going to be this coming Tuesday, and the photo challenge for it is long exposure, something more than 2 seconds. And we're going to do ours 2 weeks from tonight. And we're going to move it from 5:30 to 6. And the photo challenge is as follows. We want you to do something out of your comfort zone. So if you do nothing but wildlife, then try something else. Try some other genre of photo. If you use this one camera all the time and this one lens all the time, but you've got this other lens collecting dust, do something with that other lens. Get your money's worth out of it. Do something out of your comfort zone. If you've got one camera body that you use all the time and another camera body that you never use, see if you can make a compelling photo with that other camera body. If you've only got one camera and one lens, try a different genre. Try black and white. Just do something different, something that's not the norm for you. So that is the photo challenge, and as usual, submit those to meowtophil@gmail.com with the subject photo challenge. Make your file name yourname.jpg, and of course it's not required to watermark your photos, but it makes it easier when we're doing the live stream to say this is blah blah blah's photo if your watermark is on it. So watermark if you can, and gosh, we're really excited about this live stream and how well it seems to have gone. Hopefully there's not a lag with the voice and the video like there was in the test live stream that we made. I got to thank Ray Soldano. He really first of all he gave me about a 15-minute tutorial about how to run this software and do these transitions like we're doing here and all that sort of stuff to make it work smoothly. And I got to thank Heather because, for example, she made this entire file right here. My watermark is a Heather Boyd design, and she, I came up with what it was going to say, but she made this whole thing. I think she used a stock photo, and she used a Nikon font that I like to use. Just very cool and appreciated. And like I say, Ray was kind of helping me. I was doing a live stream test, And he just would not take no for an answer. He wanted to teach me how to use this program right, and in about 15 minutes he did. So, or at least as right as I'm using it right now. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Heather.
Yeah.
And thanks for sending in pictures. The first week was easy. It was, we kind of allowed you to send in your greatest hits. This week it's actually a photo challenge. Get out with your camera and do something new. And you got 2 weeks. Surely in 2 weeks you can make an interesting picture of not your normal equipment, or not your normal genre, or not your normal whatever, just something a little out of your comfort zone. And the idea of this is if you start doing things out of your comfort zone, pretty soon your comfort zone is bigger and you become a better and more well-rounded photographer. I'm not a great photographer in any genre, but I'm fairly comfortable in several genres, so because I can make photos in a number of genres, it makes me appreciate great photographers even more. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Here is the challenge. If you forget what the challenge is, you can just go back and look at this live stream and check the very, very end, and
we'll
you'll see it.
See you on the 11th.
Is that when it is?
That's
The 11th?
when it is.
Thank you. June the 11th, 6 p.m. We're new time, 2 weeks from today. And thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.